Today, Baba talks about how we have come very far away from our original culture because of bad company. And you see, what was the culture of Bharat? Of course, we did not recognize and remember the golden aged culture. But even in Kali Yuga, even 1,000 years back, 1,500 years back, it was a very elevated culture in Bharat. And it was inside out. So the culture in Bharat was you operate inside out. So who you are inside mattered more. And you see, we are the people who gave examples from Swami Vivekananda's life, where he went to a foreign country and then he was mocked at his dress. And then he said that in your culture, a tailor creates a man. But in our culture in Bharat, values create a man. So we came from that place. But now, because of, so much influence of other countries and cultures, and because of globalization and we coming in contact with, the foreign culture, we have also become very diluted in our original culture. And if you look at the trends these days, it is just the opposite of what it used to be. And if today I ask you, who creates a personality today, the tailor or values? So even in Bharat, the tailor is creating the personality. So, we are depending on our identity from what we wear, how we style our hair and nails, and whether what makeup we apply, and how many cosmetic surgeries one has had, and then which car you have. And so these things have become an indicator of how well established you are, or who you are, especially if you say who you are. So this is where we have come. But this is not our originality. And then when Shiv Baba comes, so even in history, we knew that we were not like this. And then when we come to Gyan, we understand from Baba, who is the knower of the three aspects of time. And then Baba tells us that we children, we were in Satyug, where, we were so elevated that nature found, nature thought that serving us is a good idea. So we did not even run after nature. We did not have to run after material comforts and things, but nature was very happy to serve us, and nature gave us everything abundantly because the soul was so elevated. And look at these days, the value of the soul is determined by how much money you spend on styling your hair. And, I remember there was this one brother, and when he came into Gyan, he said, I would stop coloring my hair. And he used to color his hair before that. And then he said, no, Didi, it's, why should I pay money coloring my hair, or why should I, because now my body, mind, and wealth is for Baba. And then just because he stopped coloring his hair, every time he went to office, everybody would just make a comment on his hair. And then everybody would say, you're looking very aged, and yesterday you were looking young, and now you're looking aged because of this hair. And because he was new in Gyan, and he did not have the strength, because we all come from a body conscious world, and we are definitely not soul conscious and powerful. So after some time, these comments started having a toll on him. And then one day he came to class and he had colored his hair. And then I, of course, didn't ask him anything, because it's everybody's choice, and it depends on how much you make effort and how much you're able to handle all that backlash that comes when you choose purity and choose to follow Baba's Srimad. So, of course, I didn't ask him why he did that, because there's no why. But then after some time, he just said, it was just too much for me, Didi, to handle. So I said, it's okay. Nobody asked you to stop it in the first place. You made a choice. It's okay. You didn't have the strength. But you have to realize that, in a body conscious world, even we are very body conscious. So it's not just that the world is body conscious, but we have come very distant from our soul conscious self. And that's why, these things matter so much. What you wear, now let's say you don't wear what everybody's wearing. Then what happens? They judge you. So what? So if somebody is judging you for your hair, your makeup, your dress, your car, so it's your problem is not that they are judging you. Your problem is that you are not able to handle it, because you are not grounded in soul consciousness, and you do not have this firm faith that this judgment is coming from a body conscious place, and I do not have to think about it. So, that discernment is not there, that the soul is not powerful enough to discern and win over all the thoughts and feelings that emerge when somebody judges you. And I remember when I came into Gyan, there was one comment I would listen to very repeatedly, and that comment was, you people are now very different, and then you are not, so you do not belong to the normal world. And everybody would say that we are normal people, and then you people are not normal, and then you people are different, and then somebody once, so I didn't mind it, because it's okay. Not being normal is great, right? What's the problem with not being normal? So then somebody said that if somebody says that you are not normal, then they mean that you are abnormal. So I said, no, they mean we are great. So why do you think that the opposite of normal is abnormal? The opposite of normal is great. So you take it like that, because you have chosen what you have chosen, because you have the ability to choose it. And why spend your time, thought, energy, money, resources on decorating your body so that your body gives you a sense of self-worth? No, you know you are worthy, so you don't need to, spend all that time and thought and energy and money. And you can just use it for Baba's Seva. And if you see, all the people who have made it big in the world, they have chosen uniforms. So if you see, there is if you see Mark Zuckerberg, or you see Steve Jobs, or you see, some very famous people, you will see them you will see them in the same costume every day, same dress, like a uniform. And, in psychology, we say, we use a term which is called decision fatigue. And when you're very body conscious and you are making a lot of decisions about what to wear, and then what to wear with that, and what to wear with that. So, what color dress to wear, and then what format of dress to wear, and then what shoes to go with that, and then what earrings, and what, brooch, or whatever, you are always making these decisions. Then what happens is your decision making ability is hugely spent on it. And then your capacity to make decisions while you are at work or about your life in general is reduced considerably, because your decision making capacity is wasted in these trivial things. And so, having a simple lifestyle where you eat the same, and you see these days people say that, most people, they say we eat the same food every day, for 5 years, 7 years. If you look at people who are very successful, they would say, I have a diet chart and I eat the same food every day. And most people choose to, when they can afford, they choose to, dress in the same manner every day. Because if you did that, then your decision making ability would not be spent in these trivial things. If you ask yourself, just think about how much of your spiritual energy, how much of your thought and decision making and discernment are you using to decide what to cook in every meal? The biggest question in a household today is what to cook for breakfast, what to cook for lunch, what to cook for dinner. And you see, today we are feeling like this, feeling like eating like this, and feeling like, celebrating like this. And then so much thought goes into, making decisions about what to cook and what to eat. And if you just simplified your food, if you had a chart that for 7 days you would cook this every day, let's say for 7 days you have 7 different menu, and then you're cooking those things, Saturday you cook this, Sunday you cook this, and Monday you cook this. If you just made a chart out of that, it would be so simple. So these are very simple methods to just simplify your life. And when your life is simple, and for us, you see, since we wear a white dress every day, white sari every day, even if I close my eyes and pick one from the cupboard, it would be the same. So no thought goes into, what to wear, or how to style your hair. Our hair is styled in the same way every day. So, we don't even need to use a mirror for that. It's just, you can tie it with your hand, and it's that simple. So Baba says that, we have come from very distant away from the culture we had. And Baba says, now I'm taking you back to being simple. Because you see, in Satyug, we won't be simple. In Satyug, we would adorn ourselves with a lot of jewelry and a lot of stuff. But then Baba says that, when you have gone into negative, so if you have a spectrum where there is negative and zero and positive, so you cannot go from negative to positive immediately. You have to go to zero. So Baba says, right now also we are dressing up and doing stuff, but we are doing it very body consciously. And we cannot do all of that soul consciously. So, it is a good idea that there are jewels and there is a lot of material stuff in the world, and even nature would be very happy if you wore it. So that is fine, but Baba says right now you are deriving your identity from it, you are deriving your worth from it, you are doing it very body consciously, and then it is making you happy and sad, and it is taking you on a swing of ego and insult. So come out of all of that and just become very simple. And Baba says, I ask you to choose the middle path. So Baba doesn't ask us to wear torn clothes, or our path is not the path of an ascetic. Our path is a middle path. So wear clean, simple, clothes that are not very high priced, but not very torn or anything. So something that is clean and comfortable and simple, just wear that, so that it doesn't engage your buddhi, it doesn't engage your mental capacity, it doesn't draw your attention towards it. So have you seen that if you use something which is very costly, you wear it, or these days phones and all your buddhi is there, on the phone, on the dress. You wear a dress which is very costly, then what happens? You are always watching the dress. It shouldn't, so nothing should happen to it, or it should be, very in order and everything. And you are always thinking about the dress. So if you are doing that at this time, or people wear jewelry and diamonds and platinum and whatnot, and all of that is engaging your buddhi. And in Sangam Yoga, your buddhi is your biggest asset. So Baba says your buddhi has to be used to remember Baba now. So just simplify your lifestyle. Do not engage your buddhi in stuff to make decisions, and also, while you're using it, it shouldn't be that costly or that attractive that it attracts your buddhi. And Baba says that then you have to use your buddhi for remembrance and seva. So it's very important to have a simple lifestyle, because people who don't have a simple lifestyle, they cannot be yogi, because you see, the same resources which you need for being a good yogi, your time, thought, energy, money, all of that is being spent in being body conscious and maintaining that gaudy lifestyle or body conscious lifestyle. So Baba says, if you didn't simplify your lifestyle, your buddhi yoga, your time, mind, body, wealth won't be free for remembrance and seva. And then Baba gives a very good example for that. Baba says that, when there is a marriage in India, then before the marriage, the bride is supposed to wear very simple clothes, and she's applied turmeric and curd and stuff, and it is called vanvaha. So we call that vanvaha in Hindi, when the bride is supposed to, when the bride is in the parents' home, she's supposed to be very simple, so that when she dresses up, she'll be very beautiful. So Baba says that right now you are in your parents' home. Shiv Baba and Brahma Baba are here. So this is your Piyar Ghar, or your parents' home. And then Satyug is your Sasur Ghar. When you go to Satyug, that's when you will go to your bride's home, your bridegroom's home. So in this parents' home, you stay very simple. And then when you will be decorated in Satyug, it will be very beautiful, because in Satyug you will not be body conscious, and then you will have everything, but then it will not be a cause of worry or attachment or attraction or concern to you. It will just be there, and it will be there for you. So Baba says, in order to go from negativity of body consciousness to positivity of Satyug, where you have everything and you're not attached, first you have to withdraw your intellect completely from everything and adopt simplicity. So this is something that Baba mentions today. And then Baba talks about being God's helpers. And Baba defines today who is God's helper. And Baba says the children of Baba who make the effort to practice soul consciousness for 8 hours a day are God's helpers. Yes, so you see, so Baba says the most important thing is being soul conscious. Even in the beginning of the Murli, what Baba underlines is soul consciousness. So are you in soul consciousness? And you see, how can we help Baba? So you can only help Baba through Baba's energy. So you see, you cannot help Baba. You have to help Baba help you. So Baba is the helper. We cannot be the helpers. But Baba says you have to be the helper who helps Baba first help you. And then help Baba help others. And how do we help Baba help me and help Baba help others? By being this instrument. You know, when I am an obedient child following Baba's Shrimad, then I am helping Baba help myself. And then when I am an instrument for seva, then I am helping Baba help others. But Baba says that since I am akarta abhokta, so my quality is I don't do anything directly, and because if I did anything directly, I would get the benefit of it. So I need you to do the work. You to help me help you first. So Baba says, when you are soul conscious, then you see it's very interesting. So there is a very good definition of ego. And ego is the opposite of soul consciousness. And ego is called edging God out. Ego is edging God out. So when we are body conscious, then we do not allow Baba to do his work. And when I am soul conscious, then I am not interfering in Baba's work. So what is Baba's work regarding me or about me? So Baba is the purifier. And Baba has come to purify me. And Baba is here purifying me. But then when I am in body consciousness, I am not allowing Baba to purify me. So I am edging God out. But when I am soul conscious, then my buddhi yoga is with Baba. Because you see, who you remember is decided by who you are. It is a very simple law. So when you think I am a mother, you will remember the child. When you think I am the doctor, you will remember the patient. When you think I am the boss, you will remember your employee. So the moment you sit in the awareness that I am a soul, I am in the 84th birth of my journey, and now I have to go back. And my father teacher Satguru is Baba, then your Buddhi Yoga is with Baba. So when you are soul conscious, and soul consciousness means many things. So you must try and today think and write about the various aspects of soul consciousness. So I will give you some hints. So one aspect of soul consciousness is I am the master. I am the master of the body, the organs. Second aspect of soul consciousness is I am virtuous, or at least I am peaceful. So my original religion is peace, and it is absolutely possible for me to detach my awareness from the external world and sit in peace. Third aspect of soul consciousness is I am an actor, and I am using the body to play my part as I understand my part. So I am an actor using the body to do stuff which I think is important to do. And then fourth, not just the body, but also the mind, intellect, and sanskars. Then fourth aspect of soul consciousness is I am a soul which has a part of 84 births recorded in myself, and now that part is come to an end, and now I have to go back. So I remember my cycle, and I remember that this is the time to go back and to get ready for the new world. And then the fifth aspect of soul consciousness is that mine is just one Shiv Baba and none other. So Baba says that, who you are decides who you belong to. And then you can have other aspects also, like which is my home, or what is my original quality in Satyug. So my original quality in Satyug is purity, love, peace. So all these aspects, when you bring into your awareness that this body is nothing, this is just an input-output device. So just take an example. So when you eat something, who says this is sour, this is sweet, this is bitter? It is the soul. According to the sanskar, who says this is inedible and this is edible? So according to the sanskar, so if you are a vegetarian, you are a vegetarian, your sanskar is that of a vegetarian, then you will say that non-vegetarian is not edible. But then if you are a non-vegetarian, if that sanskar you have created, then you would find that very attractive and edible. So Baba says that all these things the soul is doing, and I remember, there was this interesting thing, we never talk about the nose and skin much. So we don't think the nose is important, but the soul smells through the nose, and there are so many things which you discern through the smell. And you make decisions based on the smell. And I remember when it was COVID, at that time the smell was gone. And then everybody had COVID, so I was the one cooking in the center. And then I also had those same symptoms. And then at that time, I discovered that when you're cooking, it's very important to be able to smell, because whether the mustard oil is cooked enough or whether most things are cooked, you are smelling and discerning. And then at that time I appreciated so much that, the intellect is using the nose to figure out so many things. So the intellect, whether something is good or has gone rotten, whether something was lying outside for some time, some fruit, something, you smell it and then you know that it's rotten. And then the intellect knows that it's rotten and not edible. So all these discernments and decision makings the soul is doing. So you have to churn enough. You have to know that I am the one doing everything and I have to make decisions. I have to create thoughts and I have to choose how to act in every situation. And then you know that as a soul, you are in the end of your journey and now it's time to go back and to become pure. So you cannot go back without becoming pure. And then you know that the only one who can purify you is your Baba. The only one who can remove you from sorrow and take you to happiness is your Baba. Then you have Buddhi Yoga with your Baba. Because Baba is everything. Baba is the one who is giving you everything that you need. So Baba says that the most important aspect is soul consciousness, because if you want to be Baba's helper, you have to first help yourself. You have to first become pure. So do you know that the capacity or the capability of doing spiritual service stems from purity? You cannot do spiritual service if you're impure. So the spiritual service that we do is the service of making everybody pure. So how can you do that without being pure? So you have to become pure. And how do you become pure? Only when you remember Baba. Only when you practice being soul conscious. Because when you're body conscious, you can never remember Baba. And Baba says, in order to help everybody, you have to become your helper first. And for that, be soul conscious. And then, when you're soul conscious, when you're pure, then you can help everybody. God's helper you can become. And when you're body conscious, of course, all your resources are just for yourself, for your selfish needs, for your body conscious needs. But when you're soul conscious, you know that I will only be, I will go to a new world, a world of happiness, when this whole world changes into the golden age. So I am creating a world for myself by serving humanity. So I'm doing it for, so until and unless this world changes into heaven, how can I go to heaven? So I'm creating a world for myself. That awareness you have in soul consciousness. When you're body conscious, you think that everybody will suffer and you will be fine. That cannot be. When you're soul conscious, you know that we are all connected. And until the world changes, the world becomes a happy place, you cannot be ever happy. So then, when you're soul conscious, you know that you have to serve the world spiritually. And in doing that, you are creating your own fortune because you're creating a world for yourself only. But then only when everybody is happy can you be happy. And I remember there was this one brother who told me that, Didi, I am very rich. And then when even the whole world is in trouble, I will not be in trouble because I have the money and resources. So I told him, how much resources do you have? Do you have the resources to take care of yourself, your family? Then what about the milkman? What about the maid? What about the servants? What about the people who bring grocery to you from faraway places? So, what about the whole transportation system? What about, can you take care of the whole country? Can you take care of the whole world? Are you that rich? Can you ensure that all the supplies come to your city when there is a, when there is a natural calamity? So then he started thinking that yes, this is so true, that until and unless the whole world, nature and souls, they are all in their best state, nobody can say that I will always be happy. Because you are living in a connected world. And, if you don't, so, if the whole world is suffering, you will suffer, whether you like it or not like it. And Baba says, when you understand, when you're soul conscious, then you become pure. Second thing, you know that until and unless the whole world becomes pure, because purity is the mother of happiness and peace, and the whole world becomes heaven, I cannot be better off. So then you start serving the whole of humanity, you start making effort to do spiritual service. And it all starts with soul consciousness. So Baba says, think about the fact that you are a soul, think about the truth of the soul, and then make an effort to remain soul conscious at least 8 hours a day. Because only when you make effort to remain soul conscious for 8 hours a day and remember Baba for 8 hours a day, you will burn your sins and become pure. So if I want to burn my sins of 63 births, I have to remember Baba for 8 hours a day, at least every day. Okay, Om Shanti.